Yo, what's going on, guys? Kotamush back at it with a $600 gaming PC build featuring the RX 480 that is going to launch at the end of this month. Now, that GPU looks absolutely killer. A lot of you guys have been requesting me to configure a PC for the budget-oriented gamer, and I thought $600 was a very good price. And if this GPU does what people are claiming it to do, for $600 you can build one hell of a PC. Now for this build, I am factoring that GPU costing $230 because I do see it being a hot ticket item, and it is very possible that it might go out of stock or some places might mark up the price. So for this video, I'm factoring the GPU costing $230 instead of $200. And with all that out of the way, let's get right into this with the CPU. For the CPU of this build, I went with the Intel Core i5-4460 3.2 GHz quad-core processor. The i5-4460 definitely isn't the newest i5, it definitely isn't the best i5, but what it does have going for it is its price. A lot of the i5s that you see on the market, like the i5-6600K or even the 4690K, they can range anywhere from $210 to $235. And in a $600 build, you're just not going to be able to spend over a third of your budget on the CPU, that's just not going to happen. For the motherboard, I went with the ASRock H97 Anniversary ATX LJ1150 motherboard for around $70. This is a full-size motherboard with 4 RAM slots up to DDR3 1600MHz and up to 32GB of RAM. It's got RAID support, 6 SATA 6GB/s ports, and onboard USB 3 headers. So the motherboard isn't anything crazy, but you just wanted something cheap and something that could get the job done, and that's really what the ASRock H97 is going to be able to do. You're really not looking for a board with a lot of overclocking capabilities with the CPU, so for $70, this was a perfect fit in this build. For the RAM, I went with Kingston HyperX Fury Black 8GB, 24GB sticks running at DDR3 1600MHz, and this is only $30. 8GB of RAM has been $30 for a little while now, but it's still such a fantastic price that I can't get over it. Around 12 or 18 months ago, this same kit of RAM would cost you like $60, $65, even $70, so seeing that it's gone down in price this much is just great to see. At this point, you can fit 8GB of RAM in just about any build, and even in more budget-oriented builds, you can go for a 16GB configuration. Although I would recommend still sticking with 8GB for now, it still does perfectly fine in all games. And in the future, if you do want to go for a 16GB configuration, all you'll have to do is just throw down another $30 and you'll be good to go. For now though, considering this is a budget-oriented build, I think 8GB is the route you should go. For storage, we're only going with a mechanical drive, the Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB hard drive. This is $47. I do recommend if you do have the extra $50 to $60, pick up an SSD, but obviously when you are building a lower price PC, it is hard to fit the SSD in there. That is an upgrade that I would definitely be open-minded for the future. But if you just want to go with the Caviar Blue, that's still fine. It's only $47. You're gonna get a terabyte of space, which you definitely want in a gaming PC when you're gonna be downloading a lot of games on Steam. And if you download movies or if you record YouTube videos, that space is gonna be taken up very quickly. And if you were to opt out of the mechanical hard drive altogether and just get an SSD, well then you'd be getting like a 120GB SSD, and that's just not going to be enough space. So for now, pick up the Caviar Blue. If you do have the extra cash, pick up an SSD. If not, be open-minded for that upgrade in the future. For the video card, obviously you're going to be picking up an RX 480 when that releases at the end of the month. This really does have the potential to be one of the best video cards of all time, and yes, that might sound like hyperbole, but the fact that this is a video card that's launching for $200, $220, and the potential performance that this GPU is going to be able to put out, it's just insane to think about. It's really going to open up high-end PC gaming to the masses. People are saying it's going to perform as well as a GTX 980. Let's say it performs as well as a GTX 970. For a $200 video card, that would be absolutely insane. A $200 video card that could offer amazing 1080p gaming performance, that is 2 thumbs up. And with a video card like the RX 480, it might even open up 1440p gaming at lower budgets. Obviously though, when you're building a $600 PC, you're probably going to be gaming at 1080p, and even with that, the fact that it's gotten to a point where you can build a $600 or $650 build and get high quality 1080p gaming, that is going to be an amazing feat, and that's why I'm really excited for this video card to be released to the public. Moving on to the power supply, I went with the Rosewill Hive 550W 80+ bronze certified semi-modular ATX power supply. So the RX 480 is expected to be reasonably power efficient. I've heard it's going to use around 130 to 160 watts. That's not too bad at all, and with this build, you're not going to be going for a crossfire configuration, so a 550W power supply is definitely going to do the trick. The i5-4460 won't be using much power, and this power supply for $55, it also being a semi-modular power supply, definitely a good pickup for this build. Finally, for the case, I went with the Corsair 200R ATX mid-tower case, a basic case, But the fact that it's only $45 and it's going to give you everything you want out of a budget end case, and considering Corsair's excellent track record with their case, this is a really good pickup. It's got stellar reviews, and for the price, you really can't go wrong with this. So that wraps up this $600 to $650 gaming PC build with the RX 480. I know a lot of you guys are excited for the RX 480. As I said, it's got the potential to be one of the best video cards of all time. Obviously not from performance standards. There's video cards out there like the GTX 1080, but those GPUs are so expensive. The fact of the matter is, if the RX 480 launches at $200 and it offers the kind of performance we're expecting, it's gonna be an insane video card. Very reminiscent of something like the GT 8800. But even then, I think the RX 480 has more potential than that. We're gonna have to wait and see at the end of the month when the RX 480 is officially revealed, but I'm expecting great things out of this video card. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. If you disliked, obviously hit the dislike button. If you have a request for a future video, leave it in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.